Phil Fisher. We have a 1947 Chevy Fleetmaster. This is my wife, Elizabeth. I've had this car for 15 years, and it was in rough shape for a long time, but 2.5 years ago, I tore it down to the frame and started rebuilding from there. So it's been an adventure for sure.
And you both worked on the car together?
Yes, we did both work on the car. It's nice that we both enjoy that. I've been underneath, I've wired the front ends, we've done the carpeting, the headliner, everything has been together. So it's been great. We love it.
What was your favorite part and your least favorite part about restoring this car?
The carpet.
There's a lot of, that's probably...
Putting the carpet in ourselves, that was a test to your marriage, let me tell you. Oh my God.
I'll say my favorite part is putting the final touches. You put sill plates on and it covers up spots that have been bare for 2.5 years, and so it's nice to see those finishing touches come on.
And how long ago did you complete the restoration?
The car just got finished yesterday. We were trying to get back to the Boulevard, and we're here. We made it. So yeah, it's a fresh restoration.
So first time cruising back to the Boulevard. Have you ever participated in cruises before?
Oh yeah. We've been in a number of cruises, but just as spectators mostly with our club. But we've been in cruises, but this is the first one we're taking our car out for a cruise.
Nice. And this car is very low to the ground.
It is.
So can you tell me about the decision making and how low to drop it?
Oh, that as low as you can go. If you're gonna low ride, you do it right, and you just get it down on the ground. So.
And can you tell me a little bit about the paint and why you went with these color schemes, and just what was the inspiration?
I'll let her talk about the paint.
The paint was actually me. I just thought these two colors were beautiful together, and I wish it was sunny right now so you could actually see how they pop. But I just wanted something clean and not so bright and out there, but something that complemented each other great. And these colors, to me, maybe it's because I'm biased because it's mine, but it's beautiful. These two colors are amazing.
Well, the car certainly looks great, and thank you for taking the time to speak with us, and I hope you enjoy the cruise.
Hey, we appreciate you guys putting some attention out there on the low riding. Thank you.
Richard Aguilera. I have a 69 Chevy Impala convertible.
And did you restore this car yourself? How long have you had it?
I've had it for 4 years now. I rebuilt it, corner panels, floorboards. I've restored it from the bottom up. Replaced the motor, tranny, put air ride in it. I've done everything to it.
And what kind of motor did you put in it?
327. Yeah.
What was your favorite part of restoring this car and your least favorite part of restoring this car?
My favorite part was just restoring it. I love doing this kind of work. I have done it for years, and that's all I do. I actually do it by myself and just love restoring these kind of cars. It's just, I got a passion for it.
Yeah, nice. And can you tell me a little bit about the decisions you made in the restoration process as far as the color of the paint, the rims, and...
I went with the color because it was the original color. And my wife bought me a little model that was this color, so I went with it and rode with the all original, but kind of a custom, put a little chrome in it and stuff. So, I went just because I want a more like classic, custom classic. Back in the days, we used to cruise up and down the street when we were kids and stuff, with our parents. And so it was an ongoing thing, and then they stopped it, and now it's back, and they do these special events for this. I should have had my mom out here because we used to cruise with her. We used to drive her car, and then she used to sit in the back, and so, it was a lot of memories. We all grew up around here. It's very nice out here.
Great. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk to us, and I hope you enjoyed the cruise today.
All right, thank you.
My name is Jay Walding. I'm with Relentless Car Club, and I have a 1950 Chevy Fleetline.
And did you start the Relentless Car Club?
I did start Relentless Car Club 12 years ago, and we're 15 chapters wide across the states, and we have one chapter in Japan.
Wow, it's a lot. I have to ask, obviously, about the graphics on this car, because there's a lot of them, and there's some metallic flakes. So can you tell me about your process of this design and how you went about getting these graphics?
No problem. So the whole design on the car and the whole concept of the car is to do the whole car like an early 70s and 80s style lowrider, which would have been reflecting what they would have done back then. So it's full metal flake patterns, lots of pearl, lots of heavy duty pinstriping, traditional style wheels rather than the new school spokes. Try to just make that so it looked like it would have been on the cover of Lowrider magazine in the early 80s.
And was this a restoration process for you, or how long have you had the car?
This car I've had for about 3 years now, and I got it about half done and finished it off myself, so the full restoration wasn't too bad. I bought it for less than what it cost to actually build it, so it was one of those cars I call a TV dinner car, and I kind of just finished everything on that I wanted to do on it.
Well, it looks great. And is this a car that you put into shows?
Yeah, I show this one frequently. It's actually on the cover of La Culture magazine right now. Got a full spread with them, and it's just about as many shows as we can go to. I like to do the full lowrider stuff, but we also like to do all the other type car shows out there too.
That's awesome. And have you participated in cruises with this car before?
Yeah, this cruise was, well, unfortunately we lost a year because of COVID, but the year before it was here, and I've done quite a few cruises with it and parades.
What do you do more? Do you do auto shows more or cruises?
Ever since COVID came in, it seemed like there was a lot more cruises that came out, and people are really getting back to cruising, which is nice. I enjoy both, but I do like doing the full indoor setup with a full display, and that's a lot of fun. I mean, a lot of people don't realize that the day before on setup day is more for the car show people that have cars, and we get time to set up our cars and talk to everybody, see who's done new stuff and stuff like that. So yeah, for me, I really enjoy the indoor stuff, but I also enjoy just the cruises and being out and being in the sunshine and letting the light hit it.
And did you grow up around this area and cruise Franklin Boulevard?
I actually grew up in the Fair Oaks, Citrus Heights area, and we did mini trucks back in the 90s and met some people out here, and we started coming out here, and the lowrider scene was so welcoming that I just fell in love with it and stayed with it, and I'm 25 years deep into it now.
Well, thank you so much for spending some time with us, and I hope you enjoy the cruise today.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Michael Cardenas. I got a 1966 Chevrolet Impala convertible.
And I need you to tell me about this color and the history behind it and why you chose it.
The color is a butternut yellow. It's an original color. 1966 and 1967, you could get it. I wanted the car to be different as far as appearance, so the butternut yellow was what I went with. I basically restored the car from the ground up. It took me 10 years to build. It's only actually been running and drivable for 5. I went through everything. I went from the ground up. It's like when I was done, it was like it came off the factory assembly line, And every bolt, every washer, every nut, everything replaced. The worst part was dealing with the rust, having to replace all the metal, having to find good parts, finding original good parts. That would be the worst. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. It was a lot of weekends in the garage, a lot of weekends at swap meets, and ordering parts online. There's parts from Canada, Kansas, Texas, you name it, Oklahoma. I probably got something from somewhere around the United States.
Wow, well, it sure paid off because your car looks great. Did you used to cruise this boulevard when you were younger?
No, actually, my uncles and the elders, they were the ones cruising. At the time, I didn't have a car. I was still in junior high school, but I used to come out here and ride a bike and just look at all the cars go up and down the street. And it's like, wow, one day I want one, And it happened 15 years ago. And this is my first Chevrolet Impala ever.
Well, that's great, and it looks great, and I hope you have a great time cruising this.
Thank you so much, Erica.
My name is Matt Hott, and I have a 74 Chevy Impala.
And how long have you been in the Relentless Club?
It's about 6 years now.
What inspired you to join this car club?
Just the style, you know, the eclectic kind of vehicles that we have. It's not like cookie cutter kind of, you know, it's like a used car lot from the 50s. I always look at it.
And how long have you had your car?
This one, almost a year.
Did you restore it, or what did you add to it?
Yeah, it was stock when I got it, so I did the hydraulics on it, rims, had a buddy pinstripe it, and do the interior next, but, you know, work in motion.
And did you grow up around this area and cruise Franklin Boulevard?
Yeah, mostly Broadway, Franklin.
Do you have a preference between cruising or auto shows?
I like cruising better. You know, it's a lot more fun getting out there, and, you know, displaying them's fun, but, you know, I always build them to cruise around, so. Oh yeah, definitely. Like, you know, if we're gonna meet up, if we're going somewhere, we always meet up and cruise in and, you know, do different things like that, so.
Nice. Well, thank you for talking to us, and I hope you enjoy the cruise today.
No, thank you. Appreciate it.
My name is Josh Grant. I've got a 1968 Plymouth Fury.
And how long have you had this car?
About 20 years now.
Okay, so did you fully restore it, or did you just add on to it?
It's pretty restored. It was pretty original when I got it, but pretty beat up, so it's come a long way.
How long has the restoration taken for this car?
Still ongoing, so 20 years.
And I see you've got a lot of metallic flakes, some cool graphics. Can you tell me the inspiration behind it?
It's kind of like 70s lowrider inspired, I guess. It's a big car, so you need something to break up everything.
What was the most recent car show that you showed the car in?
We just did one Midnight Mass in Woodland about a couple of weeks ago.
How was that event for you?
It was good. Good time. It's a long day.
Do you have any favorite memories in this car so far?
Probably drive around with my kids. That's always fun.
Great. Well, thank you for talking to us, and I hope you enjoy the cruise today.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, this is Kevin Dredge from Access Sacramento, here with Dave doing a live interview with the car show. Tell us a little bit about it, Dave.
Well, what this is the second annual Back to the Boulevard. The first one was done in 2019, and it was Renee of Acme Tops and Tunes, Tony the Tiger Lopez, myself, and a bunch of other vendors, and we all got together and we did this Back to the Boulevard. It was a success. Nice. I'm the boxing coach, so I did all the boxing. We did the boxing outside. Because of the weather this year, of course, we're doing it inside, you know, but we're still catering to the families. It's a free event. It's a family-friendly event. Our main age group is 8-year-olds on up. I'll take a mature 7 and a half, of course, because by the time they're 8, they can have their first fight, you know, USA boxing fight. So that's what we cater to the little kids. Some other gyms cater to little kids, but they can't fight, you know, but it's training. But I do a good mature 7 and a half and get them going so that they can compete.
Coach David Owens, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you.
My name is Bruce, and this is a 39 sedan delivery.
And the car is named Bomb Shelter and has a nice little graphic on the side. Can you tell me why it's called that?
Well, the style of the car is considered a bomb, which is usually between 1930s and 1954, and basically I could sleep in it if I want to, so it's a shelter, so it's a bomb shelter.
And can you tell me about the restoration process of this car and the modifications that's been made?
There's a lot of modifications in this. For one, you'll never see one with a moonroof in it. This has a moonroof. There's a lot of, the fenders are molded. It's on air ride for another thing. It's got, well, I don't know if you can see back there, but it's got Frenched in headlights, taillights, license plate. There's a lot of modifications on it.
Now, do you do much cruising in this car?
Oh yeah. This has got a 383 stroker engine in it, so it'll cruise and it'll go real fast.
Do you ever participate in auto shows?
All the time, yes. Our whole club does. We did Autorama this year. I think we had 11 cars in it. Our club did. So yeah, we try to hit as many car shows as possible.
Well, thank you so much for taking some time to speak with us, and I hope you enjoy the cruise today.
Oh, thank you very much for having me.
My name is Steven Domingo Sevilla.
And I understand that this is a special car. Can you describe what makes this car so special?
Yeah, it's an anniversary gold 1962 Chevy Impala. It's a super sport. They only made like 300 of these, and I believe I have one of them. So it's a very special car. This was my car, my dream car that I always wanted when I was a kid. So one day I said, as I progressed. I got in the medical field, went to school, took care of business. I was able to do this with the thanks of my wife too, so it wasn't just me. So a little shout out to my wife, Dora.
How long have you had this car?
I've had this car for 6-7 years. Yeah, but in the process of making the vehicle, it took 5 years to build. So it's a ground off restoration from the ground all the way up. So it's a long process, but it was well worth the wait. So.
Can you tell me a little bit about the engine restoration and what engine you have in it?
What I got in here is it's a 327, which is correct for the year and model of the car. So it's a 327 with camel hump heads, with just a basic 650 CFM carburetor by Edelbrock. Just a cruiser.
So can you tell me a little bit more about the interior of your car?
Sure, this is anniversary gold interior. It's the original interior for 1962 Chevy Impala Super Sport. It's gold interior. It's got it's a Super Sport bucket seats. The Impala's got the full bench. This is a Super Sport, so it has bucket seats, so it's correct.
Well, great, and thank you for speaking with us, and I hope you enjoy the cruise today.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Spivey. Everybody know me as Buddha. It's a 1962 Chevy Impala Super Sport.
And how long have you had this car?
I've had this car since 1988, believe it or not. When I bought the car, it was just an original all-white car. Everything original on it. $1,500, of course. Today, you probably couldn't get that windshield for $1,500. We all know that.
So how long did it take you to restore this car?
Took me maybe 2 years to get it all complete and done the way that I really wanted it done. It takes a lot of time.
Yeah, it's got a lot of detail. Can you tell me about some of the detail that's gone into this car?
Okay, yes. We can start with the engraving. Mostly all the engraving on this car was done by Steve Fernandez up in Lodi. The paint itself was done in Reno by Auto Color Studio. All the paint and the patterns in the car, the top, was all done at Auto Color Studio in Reno. Pinstriping was done by Auto Color Studio also.
And what about the interior? What did you decide to go with in there?
The interior, I kept the original seats, but I did a custom pattern to it. And it was also done here in Sacramento by Paco Marino, one of the best.
Have you gone cruising in this car before?
Yes, I cruise it every now and then. Everybody would know that. You might see me here and there, but I don't really drive it that much. It's just pretty much a show car. But I will drive it, and I actually did drive it here today from Natomas all the way over here.
What's the most recent show that this car has been in?
The most recent show that this car has been in was probably the Sacramento Autorama back in April, I believe.
And so there's different points for different features. Can you speak to that?
Most shows are judged by a point system, and a lot of people don't understand that it's a point system. Whether you think your car is better or it should have took first, second, or third place, when you're in competition with somebody, I can tell you just this little mark right here, if you don't have pinstriping on your car, you don't get points for that. And also, if you don't, if you're not showing your undercarriage and you're in competition with somebody who has the same exact everything, you're not going to place over that person because you're not showing the bottom of your car and what you have. You can't just park your car and think that you're going to win because of what you have. You have to show it, or the judges will not mark you for those points. So a lot of people don't understand that. And the more detail, the more pinstriping, the more engraving, those points add up. And at the end of the day, those judges has to add up the points. And the first, second, and third place is who's going to place in that category. So if you building a car for show to win, you must have all the details in line, or you'll be disappointed in the end, because a lot of people just have a little bit more than what you have. So if you're going for competition, it's best to have everything touched on your car.
Did you used to cruise this Boulevard?
I did. Back when I was probably 14 years old, my first car when I was 14 was a 66 Chevy Impala. I hid it from my mother, of course, because I didn't want her to know. But yes, when I was 15, 16, 17, I was cruising up and down this boulevard as a youngster.
Well, thank you for talking to us, and I hope you enjoy the cruise later.
All right, thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Tabitha Chavez, and this is my son Peter. We're from Woodland, California.
And can you tell me what the make and year of your car is?
Yes, this is a 1964 Chevy Impala.
And how did you get this car? When did you get it?
Oh, this is my late quinceañera present. So this is my son, and he and my mom got it for me this May for my birthday.
Nice. And what made you decide to get your mom's car?
It was something she always talked about, something that was always like a lifelong goal, and the opportunity presented itself, and we were just able to make it happen with the help of my grandma.
And is this the first time this car is cruising?
Franklin Boulevard, yeah. We used to come out here in the 90s when I was like, well, I used to come out here in the 90s when I was a kid.
Here, and I have to ask who this is.
Oh, this is Nori. She's actually, we have her parents back at home. She's one of our first litters. We breed French Bulldogs. So our kennel's called Brass and Bull, and so she's the first daughter of Brass and Bull. So we just brought her out. This is her first cruise, actually, though.
Yeah. Nice. She's super cute, and thank you for taking the time to speak with us.
Of course. Thank you guys.
My name is Frank Hernandez. I have a 63 Chevy pickup C10.
And how long have you had this car?
About 7 years. 7 years and a lot of work.
And what made you want to get this car specifically?
I had one before, and I did one. I've done it before, so I know what it's about, and I've always liked them. So this is my favorite year, so I bought another one, I bought this one.
So are you in the middle of restoring it?
Yes, yeah, it's a big process. A lot of money, a lot of work, a lot. There's a lot to it. You just don't do it unless you got that kind of money,
So tell me what kind of plans you have for it.
Oh, I got to take it all the way apart on the bottom still and polish it up to get it powder coated and then paint it and maybe put some hydraulics on it in time.
Oh, you're going to put hydraulics on it?
Yeah. I like the hydraulic better than the bags. I like to ride it. I've had cars lifted before, so it's just something that I like.
And how difficult is it, and how much time does it take to add hydraulics to a car?
Oh, it's not. My brother's really good at it. He helped me do a lot of the work. It take a couple days. It'd be done.
I never realized it was that quick.
Yeah. If you've done it before, it can be done.
And what, do you know what color paint you want to put on it?
Same color. I'm just going to redo it, reborn the car, reborn the truck. Just be the same way it is and just make it real nice.
And have you done any cruises in this car before?
Yeah, I've done a lot of them. I've been doing this since I was about 18 years old. I'm about to be 60 years old, and this is what I do. This is my element right here.
Did you used to cruise this boulevard?
Yeah, I'm born and raised in Sacramento. I live in South Sac. I've been up on the streets all night sometimes.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today. I hope you enjoy the cruise.
Thank you for the interview.